What's going on, everyone? MikeO back with a classic MikeO style Mailday. A little mix of everything. Got a little something for everyone here. Stuff coming from all sorts of sources. We got some vintage. We got Hall of Famers. We got modern. We have Ginter autographs. We have Phillies, direct from Topps, redemptions, care package, a little bit of everything. So let's get started. Jump right into it with a little gift from my buddy Big Scott 35. You guys should check out his channel. I'll post a link below. He broke some 2020 Topps Chrome Ben Baller edition. He did very well. Got a lot of color parallels, some rookies. If I remember correctly, I think he actually hit 2 Bo Bichette's in the same box, which is pretty awesome. He hooked me up with a few Phillies. Hooked me up with the Rhys Hoskins. And also the Bryce Harper. Obviously, as you can tell, you have that Ben Baller jewelry kind of style addition to it. Cards definitely have a little bit of a different look. Very shiny, very cool. Super happy to have this one in the Harper collection. Hooked me up with the Hoskins 1985 parallel. Very cool. Threw in a Panini Prism Illumination Bryce Harper. It's a parallel there. It's a prism. I forget what all the prisms are called, but certainly happy to add it into the Harper / Phillies collection. And then he also finally hooked me up with the Bryce Harper Gold Parallel. I think these are retail exclusives. I believe all retail. The hanger packs. Maybe just Target, I'm not sure. But that's a sweet one there. The Bryce Harper Mini Gold. So thank you, Scott, for those. Definitely excited to add them all to the Phillies collection. All cards I needed. So that's awesome. Speaking of the Ben Baller cards, I did pick up this one via eBay. Bryce Harper Blue Parallel. Won this one at auction. I forget exactly what the price was, but it was pretty good price below what they had been going for, and I had watched a number of them and just kind of tossed some bids in as the time came closer to expiring. So happy to add that one to the collection. This was a throw-in, an eBay purchase, Donruss Optic Harper, so definitely happy to add that one. Here's one I'm happy to pick up and add to the Allen & Ginter PC. It's a Ryan Howard. This is from 2020 Archive Signature Series. It's a 2009 Allen & Ginter. Stamped numbered 6 of 37. Clean signature. Obviously the classic Allen & Ginter look. Ryan Howard, one of those underappreciated players. It's kind of a shame when you think about how quickly guys' careers move on, and even from a baseball perspective, how quickly we can forget about fantastic players, but the hobby especially. I mean, Ryan Howard is just out of sight, out of mind, totally forgotten in the hobby, and this guy had a fantastic career. Career not lengthy enough to reach the Hall of Fame, but I mean, he had 3-4 dominating seasons, won an MVP, won a World Series, played in the postseason for 4 or 5 years straight, so he did get a lot of national exposure, and just forgotten. Unfortunately, an injury slowed him down. Wasn't able to adjust to the new age of baseball with all the shifts and such, and just kind of aged quickly. But, he put up some pretty great numbers, but I'm definitely happy to have it. Never forgotten. No one from those postseason teams, Phillies-wise, will ever be forgotten. We'll show off a few more Phillies before getting to some of the other stuff. Here's a Bryce Harper, Topps Now. So, Harper Topps Now. Zack Eflin Topps Now. These go into the binder with the Topps team sets. Here's another Eflin. This is the purple parallel. Little bonus. And then this is from Topps.com. It's called Game Within the Game. I think they do one at a time. I forget what they're on sale for, maybe a couple weeks. Obviously, artistic renditions. So, first time I ever picked up one of these. There you see artwork by Paul Janis. So happy to pick up the Harper for the collection. And then my first Topps living set purchase in a while, and I still love the living set, just have not been picking many up. I should make a point to add some of the ones I've missed to the collection, but this is the Zack Wheeler. So certainly still picking up all the Phillies. Picked up a couple of these, so a few of my Phillies buddies might need one. Might be able to hook them up with a couple, and then I usually try and get one of them slabbed, and then I keep one raw in the collection. But Topps living set, I think they're doing 2 at a time. There was 1 week where I think they only released 1. Lately, I've been only picking up the Phillies, and there haven't been a lot of Phillies this year, and that's just because, well, there's so much going on in the hobby, and the hobby's so expensive, and you just can't get everything. But I would like to continue to add some of the Hall of Famers they've done in the past to the collection, and some of the modern guys that are just favorites of mine, because I certainly have missed out on a lot. All right, now on to some other stuff I picked up. These are mostly non-Phillies. It's a Kyle Lewis 2020 Topps Allen and Ginter autograph. Kyle Lewis has a great shot to be named Rookie of the Year. I still think of him back from when the Phillies drafted Mickey Moniak a few years ago. It was kind of between Moniak, Jason Groom, Kyle Lewis. There were 3-4 names that were kind of out there that they were discussing. They went with Moniak, who's still very young. He did make his Major League debut this year, but he kind of projects as more than likely like a 4th outfielder type. And Kyle Lewis has already, had one really strong season. So I think it's a cool one to add to the Allen and Ginter BC potential Rookie of the Year. Certainly in line for that to possibly happen. We'll see how the voting goes when it's released. Here's a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Finest Moments autograph. This one was a redemption. Got this in a break earlier this year when Finest came out. Actually, just kind of took me forever to send the redemption in, and it came very quickly once it did. So happy to get that back. This guy's still very young. He didn't have, any kind of incredible 2020 season, but it's not like he hit like a $150. And sometimes the way you hear people talk about him, they're kind of writing him off. So we'll see what his future holds. What's he, like 21? He still has plenty of time to progress as a player. I already had one of these in the collection, but I'm never going to turn down this card at a great price. It's the Pedro Martinez Topps Dynasty, the first ever Phillies autograph released by Topps. They've done a few other. I think he had a 1-of-1 in Transcendent or something, which I don't even know if it ever went for sale. I never saw it. I haven't looked lately. But saw this one pop up on eBay at a really good buy it now price, well below what you'll usually see. And I made an offer, got a counter offer back, thought that was, obviously better than the original price, and said, what the hell, I got to jump on it. I'll pick it up. So Pedro Martinez, number 9 of 10. So have 2 of them now in the collection. Happy about that. This just came back from PSA. So I purchased this card on eBay, and it was mislabeled, labeled as 1996 Bowman's Best. Sent it in, got it reholdered, came back with a big mark here and something here. So, it just was very annoying to have stuff in the slab, pieces of debris. This just came back. I will say, once again, there is absolutely, you can see it right there, a scratch or something right under the case there, and there's a little mark there. So certainly not perfect, but honestly it looks way better, and I really don't feel like going through the trouble of sending back again. So I will just sleeve this up and forget about it. But 1995 Bowman's Best, extreme shine. My apologies for not giving out the sunglasses warning, but man, those mid-90s refractors are amazing. Look at the shine on that jersey. Check out the shine on that background. Beautiful card. 1995 Bowman's Best. Scott Rowland, blue refractor, mint 9. Rookie. The refractor is very tough. And if, Scott Rowland reaches the Hall of Fame someday, which he has a shot based on voting patterns and, career accomplishments as a defender and as an offensive player. If that happens, the Refractors definitely rise in price. Not that that's my main focus. It was just to add a sweet Phillies refractor to the collection. And the more and more time goes along, the more and more I appreciate Scott Rowland. At the time, kind of a messy divorce from the Phillies franchise. But when you look at it, it was a positive for the Phillies. And not because they lost him, but it made the Phillies maybe not take for granted, like, we can just keep stars here. We got to do things a little different and a little better. And things evolved very well. But, man, if he stuck around into, like, that 08 season, the 07-08 teams, that would have been pretty interesting. He actually played against the Phillies in, 2010 as a Red. He was on Cincinnati for the Roy Halladay no-hitter. All right, last two cards. So, super random, not something you're expecting. A 1953 Bowman Color Don Mueller in an excellent 5. That's because this was a random. Got involved in a set break. This is the card I pulled, which, obviously, for the Bowman Color set, you're shooting for one of the bigger cards. But to me, the prices you can get into these breaks sometimes, they're fun. And if certain ones you can get in at a really good price point. And, to me at that point, I'm just happy to add a slabbed card to the collection. Beautiful looking card. You can look up and learn stuff about the player and just add a cool looking card to the collection. And if you choose, at some point you could always move it. But I think it's cool. I like it. Happy to have that one. And then the final card, absolute beauty. This is an upgrade for the collection. I have a PSA version, but the PSA version's always bothered me a little bit. The registration's just not great. So when I saw this go up for sale, 1957 Topps Ted Williams in SGC 5, I had to jump on it. Card looks great. Registration's solid. Overall, very nice looking card. There are some lines there, and as you can see, they are in the inside of the case, which is very annoying. So I'll likely send this in, get the card reholdered. Obviously, hopefully, if the wait times drop down a little bit at SGC, I'd like to get it done so I get it back in the collection. Don't want to have to wait a couple months, if at all possible. But I'm definitely happy to add this to the collection. Having fun looking up vintage, getting outbid on a lot of it. But, when you can add classics like this, I'm all about it. So you got to collect the card, not the grade. That's something we say. Sometimes easier said than done, but that's one of the deals with the old Ted Williams. I just look at it, and it's always bothered me a little bit because I'm just like, oh, there's just a little something off with this card, and the registration is one of those things that to me is extremely important. And if you're not happy with it, then you're probably never going to be completely happy with the card. So that's the way I upgrade, not by grade, but by look of card and overall eye appeal. So happy to add that. Like I said, a little bit of something for everything. How many videos out there in YouTube land do you get a Ted Williams and a Don Mueller card and a selection of Phillies cards with modern shine, beautiful vintage, pieces of relics of Hall of Famers in oddball uniforms? I mean, you get a little bit of everything. So comment down below. Let me know what you liked. And I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.